All right, guys, welcome to game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. XLNC Shoutcasting. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday night. This Thursday, it's going to be a little bit of a fun night because we're doing the stream team games. So if you've got a 5-man, put it together, bring it Thursday night. If you can use the Discord to sign up, make sure that you're giving me the names of all the players, the rankings, etc., so we can pair you up against a really good team. Seems pretty good there. Reeves getting his standard Anivia ban, and then, of course, take away Victor because apparently he's OP as heck. And is Intra in this game? No, Intra's not. But
no,
you know
but Karthus is
anyway.
OP. Yeah, Karthus is actually busted right now. I'm with Dark Harvest.
Alright, we'll see what some of these other bans are. I know that for me, a standard ban is always going to be the Pike, even unless I'm playing him. I just don't like him in games because his ultimate can really change the way a team fight goes very quickly.
Yeah,
and
he's also just too strong.
He's a glass cannon in the weirdest sense. And I played him a bunch. I think I told you about where I got shoved to mid lane on him, and in the early game, beaten Akali mid lane. I only played the guy like twice, and I beat Akali in the mid lane with him, and I'm going, what is this champion? But yeah, so he's always one that I kind of throw bans at.
Yeah, his ult, the execute on his ult is way too strong. Catinator, really going for that MVP, boy, aren't you? Picking up the Jhin. All right, I see you. I see you. Liking it, sucking up to the casters.
Hey, everyone who plays on this stream for any length of time knows that Jhin is Wraith's favorite character, and if you pick him up, you're more than likely going to be getting MVP, if you do well. The key is...
Either you get flamed, or you get MVP. There's no in between.
If you play him even slightly poorly, Wraith will have a full 10-minute rant mid-game. It's great. No, it's not. If you do well, there'll be nothing but praise post-game. As the side of Team Dab is going to grab the Lulu and the Sivir. Is it the funnel comp? I highly doubt it. But Lulu Sivir, super safe in the bottom lane. She's got the spell shield. She's also going to have Lulu's shield and Wild Growth. I've seen Lulu coming out a lot more recently. I think she's still a powerhouse, especially with that Wild Growth that can change the way a fight goes. But more than that, it's the Whimsy. I mean, you're literally completely CCing
least
somebody.
Favorite individual spell to play against. Whimsy is so tilting. Because not only is it a targeted CC that removes your ability to do anything, it also turns you into this obnoxiously cute little squirrel. And when you're trying to kill somebody and you're a little squirrel, it's like, ah! I want to kill someone, but I'm a squirrel. So, yeah.
Oh, this is actually a YouTube challenge that I think would be kind of ridiculously fun, but I just realized, play a game as Veigar where the only key you have on your keyboard to press is R. Could you win a game literally doing nothing but auto-attacking and pressing R as Veigar?
Yeah.
I think that it's possible. Very difficult, but possible. If you got a video of your keyboard with literally no keys, all the keys removed from a macro keyboard, and just the R, and that's all you had to press. Maybe we'll give you spells. We'll consider giving you spells. But if I want to click Predator, okay, well that's an item. That's not a spell. You can click Predator. That's okay. You can do that.
No, I would.
Thank you, Mystic, for the follow, by the way. You can take items away too. The only activatable thing the Veigar can use is R.
No, I'm playing Karthus if I only have R.
That's true. I mean, Karthus basically hits 6, sits in base, ulting, and wins game for his team. Back to the game, we've got a Zoe and a Talia picked up by CCG, heading into the AP route, fairly heavy there, but I like seeing Zoe in the game. It's been a while, especially when Ice started one-tricking him on this stream. Zoe was getting pretty heavily banned, and then she got nerfed, and nobody wanted to play her anymore. She's also that flavor of the month champion that kind of faded out of people's minds for a while as we got some newer things going on.
Heaven.
Oh, she's back! Which means we get some more people deleted with 3/4 of their health disappearing in one spell. The the Fiora and the Xin Zhao banned away by the side of Team Dam, taking away those bruiser champions that have come back massively in prevalence of the game, especially Xin Zhao seems to be picked up a lot. S-tier champion and double S-tier Garen. One trick him in the top lane, you'll get to Masters in no time. Well, maybe low diamond. Tom Kench also banned away. As Crescent Reflex says, look, okay, you pick the Jhin Catinator, I'm going to grab the Yasuo. MVP is mine this game.
All right. We'll see. We have a war here. Will Crescent Reflect get it, or will Catinator get it, or will neither of them get it? They might both int. And then Fallen Angel hovering over that Nasus, the infinitely scaling champion there. And no, or the Mundo. The problem with Jhin is that he sucks at killing tanks. Like, it's the most tilting thing on earth to try and kill a Mundo, because you can't burst him. Oh wait, Jimmy Jar wanting to take
Jhin? Catinator trades it up? Whoa! He gives away the MVP, giving it to Jammy Jar. Wow, what a nice guy.
I love how you're just assuming he gets MVP because it's like Jhin.
Is he just gonna get it no matter what?
Yeah.
See, I thought that I sent you an invite. Did I not send you an invite, Commander C?
No, you didn't send me an invite.
Not you, Ray. You're in the spectator mode. Obviously, you got an invite. Well, if Commander C did not get an invite, I'll pull him in for game number 3. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Exclamation point help. What do you need help with, Mystic? There you go. You got plenty of commands. All the commands you could want. Now that we are into the 3-minute loading time, we can go through all the players and champions to talk about these compositions, because it's looking like another massively high kill game, and those are my favorite to shoutcast. Team CCG, Catinator, taken to Leah in the hang on a second. Hang on, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, Catinator taking to Leah, bottom lane supportive role. Let me play 2013 with the Zoe in the mid lane, Jammy Jar on the Jhin with the AD carry, Crescent Reflect, Yasuo in the top lane, and Desvelado with the Elise in the jungle.
Yeah, that's good enough guesses for me. I'm going to be doing for Team Dab. We've got Patchinator on Lulu in the bottom lane supportive role. No free names to consider. In the bottom lane ADC role, we've got Fade Lull on Shaco in the jungle. Back again. And we've got Lord Reeves on Annie in the mid lane. Not working out those brain cells too hard, I see. And Fallen Angel on Mundo in the top lane. Wow.
That Mundo in the top lane presses R, gets full health back, but pre-6 is fairly susceptible to ganks, and Elise is one of those early game junglers that all she needs is a cocoon to spell your demise. We'll see how Desvelado paths, though, because it's been a while since we've seen an Elise in game.
Yeah, I'd be concerned about ganking Dr. Mundo, though, just because he's tanky to start with. If he has summoners, you'd have to dive the turret, really, because I'm assuming he's going to be going up against Yasuo, who's going to be shoving the lane. I don't know. I wouldn't want to put pressure on Mundo, because even if you do get the kill, there's no way Yasuo is going to be able to consistently just keep up with Mundo's tankiness. I don't think so, at least. Crescent Reflect might prove me wrong. But
I figured out CCG's game plan. Check this out. They're super squishy Yasuo, Jhin, Zoe, Talia comp, right? Moderately high mobility with Zoe's ultimate that just displaces her for a moment and then she comes back. So basically,
I feel
no
like you're going to say
mobility at all.
something really dumb.
But they don't have a tank. What they do have is spiderlings. Because when Elise goes into spider form, she's got 4 spiderlings that can tank up a bunch of spells and attacks that come in as long as they are, like Mundo cleavers. And that is their win condition. If Elise goes into spider form, she's got her spiderling frontline wall of protection to protect her, and the rest of the team can stand behind those spiderlings, turn the team fight around. Oh, wait, the spiderlings come up from behind her. Okay, never mind. CCG has to kill everyone, otherwise their comp's kind of over.
Yeah.
Yes, I was being facetious, Commander C, if you hadn't figured it out.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I wasn't totally sure there, so,
They had 0 tank, and I was trying to figure out what kind of game plan they were going to have when it came to the team fights.
Snowball early and end before 30 minutes.
Oh, kill before you get killed yourself. Zeno using Stream Pass for whatever game is next. Thanks, Zeno. I like that. Appreciate that. All right. Getting into the game, we got some pretty cool skins. Cyberpunk Zoe, Hextech Annie, Royal Shaco, Pizza Delivery Sivir. I think I actually gifted that skin to No Free Names, and Dragon Trainer Lulu.
Pizza Delivery Sivir, the skin that actually feeds your opponents.
The sneaky Sivir. I mean, it really is just sneaky Sivir skin. I would put pretty good weight on Red Team to win the game, mostly because of that late game Mundo. And I do know Shaco Fadelol, he's so good on this champion and causes so much massive disruption when it comes to those skirmishing fights. I give a lot of credit to Team Dab. I think they have what it takes to win the game. But besides just snowballing, is there anything more specific that you can call out for CCG to actually pick apart Team Dab's team?
I mean, they don't really have a cohesive comp. Like, it doesn't seem like their comp really wants to do anything. They don't have strong disengage, so they can't really run a decent poke comp. They don't have strong team fight. I suppose they have pick potential with Zoe's. I mean, really, it's just pray to win, like win lane and keep yourself in lane as much as you can. And just try and play out laning phase until you have a large advantage. But if they start losing lane, I mean, Elise falls off. Yasuo does scale well late. Jin falls off, comparative to Sivir at least. And let's see who else. Zoe has conditional damage. If you hit the skill shot, she scales well. If you don't hit the skill shot, she's awful. And Talia kind of falls off. So it's kind of, snowball by 30 minutes and try and win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, Team CCG versus Team Dab. Gonna be a fun, fascinating game, especially as soon as Lord Reeves on that Annie can press R win game, because Tibbers does work. That's what I love about certain champions is, as you talk about, the ease of playability. We'll see how it goes down in this game. As I was telling Katie, I don't always get to make predictions, but I do try to throw them out, especially because it's fun to be proven wrong. The real question is, where is... Okay, I called it right. It is Zoe in the mid lane, Talia bottom lane support, Yasuo top. Cool. Another little check mark to say I actually do know this game.
You guessed that just because it was Cat, right? And if there's one guy who plays more off-meta crap than Cat, I don't know who it is.
Zeno donated 2,500 bits. Thank you so much. Dude, Zeno is just an insane supporter of this channel. A lot of love coming out from this guy. I mean, him and the entire Drift crew have just taken this channel and to a completely new heights. You guys are just complete monsters. I do also want to throw out, if you guys love streamers, especially who stream during the day, Doctore V, who chatted up earlier, check his channel out. I watch his channel at least twice a week because he does really, really good content. He just finished off the... I can't remember the games here at the moment, but I know that he's doing Halo, he's doing Destiny 2, which is really good for me because I don't actually know much about Destiny. And so check him out. Hey, Seal, is this game 3? No, this is game number 2. We're just getting started. And it looks like standard positions for most people. Nothing too crazy going on, except for this Talia. Talia's running Doran's Ring to start the game off. Talk about spicy. All right.
That's get fed early or just starve to death.
Yeah, we'll see how Patchinator does. He is a support main. I know that he used to play a ton of Thresh back in the day, that he's going to get harassed. Quite a few rocks being thrown out. They did change how those rocks work. The Ignite comes down. Patchinator goes down. Perfect last shot from Jimmy Jar. Jimmy Jar Jammy Jim Jamboree. I cannot ever say this guy's name correctly. Picks up first blood. So nice for the Jin.
You just sounded a lot like Jimmy Neutron's dad. Jimmy Jim Jimbo Jim Jam Jam. Hold on, level 2 all in from Crescent Reflect.
Getting a lot of damage down, uses the Ignite as well, forces the flash out of the Mundo, which is maybe all that he wanted. She's got a potion ticking away, and with that orange shield should survive, but that is some very early aggression out of Yasuo. Wait, who might be trying to dive up here, goes through the minion wave, forces out the flash as well, trying to chase Fallen Angel down, gets underneath the second tier turret. Still sticking around with a few cleavers. Ooh, in the bottom lane. That was a cocoon that missed. Cleaver's gonna miss on the top side. Crescent Reflect goes back in. Fallen Angel, it's okay. Just back. You're fine. It's early game. You weren't even gonna miss that many minions because they weren't underneath the turret yet.
Yeah, so the war for MVP begins. We've got Crescent Reflect picking up a kill. And we got Jimmy Jar picking up a kill. But really, Catinator on this Talia doing work in the bot lane, setting up his ADC for that. Fadelaw about to do his first gank. Perfectly set up by Reed.
Oh, straight into the spear from the box. This is why this guy is such a monster. Patchinator will probably go down in the bottom lane a second time. Jammy Jar picks up a second kill quick and early, though it was the sacrifice from the support to make sure no free names is able to get out alive. The heal has already been burned. Catinator able to walk away with 100 health unless Fadelaw gets down here in time. But dude, this Shaco is so on point with those boxes.
Yeah, that box was insane. And it wasn't like, usually when you play Shaco, you drop the box like right behind them as you come out of stealth so they get feared. He predicted the flash with that box. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
Give me a replay.
He's so good. That's one of those clippable moments, which, again, if you guys want to clip some of these awesome plays, I'm going to try to come through and clip some myself. That's one of those moments that you know he really knows what he's doing. As Desvelato actually goes to the Spider. See? Spiderling tanked up the Krugs. This is what I'm talking about. Genius play by Desvelato on the Elise. Tank Elise coming in, using those Spiderlings to perfection. Fadelaw comes back to the mid lane, wants to suck up another box. Nice stun on to Let Me Play. She's able to walk past it, though, as the turret shot the box. So Zoe lives for now.
Yeah, Let Me Play going to be receiving a lot of ganks from now on as the summoner spells are down. Meanwhile, no free names and Patchinator in that bot side are under some decent pressure. Catinator managing to keep up in gold because of those 2 early kills.
Patchinator flashes, is able to live for the moment as no free names, gets back underneath the turret, but again, that constant harassment of Catinator on that bottom side means that this Jhin is getting a significant farm lead. It's 10 right now and will continue to push up. They've already taken 1 chunk off that turret, which is just gold in the pocket of this Jhin, who's already got a BF sword. Before we go too much further, I want to say thank you to Doctoria for the 50 bits, as well as the 10 bits coming out from Mystic. Maybe farming those bit mines. I appreciate it, guys. Every bit is just a lot of love for you guys. You don't have to. You don't have to, but if you choose to do so, it means a lot to us. We do these shoutcasted games every single Tuesday and Thursday. I swear Sivir was on the map. She's gone now as Fallen Angel, maybe going down the top side as well. Crescent Reflect picks up his first kill, and so far CCG is starting that snowball like you talked about as Patchinator gets burned in the bottom side. Jimmy Jar picks up a 4th kill of the game.
Wow. This bot lane has just gone incredibly sideways. I was very surprised. I was thinking the Talia was going to be a very questionable pick, but Catinator making this work. Fadelaw gonna try and kill Cat and is going to be successful. Can he go for the second?
Yeah, he's got the Vox shooting away on Jamie Jar as well. Decides to let him go instead, focusing on those minions, trying to clear it up so that no free names, has a little bit of space to breathe. But Fadelaw, beautiful gank, 2nd time so far this game, and really it has been crucial in the 2 kills that Team Dab has been able to pick up, but it's been a struggle so far for them.
Definitely. Wow. Really liking the way this game is going. Some really clean movements in the early games. Let Me Play throwing that Q. Oh. Okay.
Tibbers doesn't matter about Let Me Play's bouncing around. Reese flashes forward, drops the Q. That's going to be enough. Fadelaw shows up just to say hi, wave to Tibbers, and then head back to the jungle, chasing out the Elise. We'll see if he's actually able to pick up the kill. She flashes, able to live for now, and should be able to walk back to base safely. Windwall on the top side avoids any more cleavers, but Mundo doesn't pop the ultimate, and so we'll be going down a 3rd time this game. and Team Dab is in trouble. But this is what their composition is kind of going to do, especially for the side of CCG. They have the early game damage, and they are the ones that are starting to snowball. It's up to Dab to try to stop it.
Yep, Catinator going up for some heavy harassment now. Patchinator going to drop the Whimsy, but going to take a substantial chunk of damage himself.
Yeah, trying to play around those turret shots onto Catinator gets the Talia extremely low and should be going down as we've got a gank from Fadelol and Lord Reeves coming into this bottom side. Fadelol should be able to chase out Catinator. Sivir going to be able to flash to safety as the Jhin also drops. And it's huge shutdown goal to Fadelol, who's been the man making the plays so far this game. He's level 6 now, so expect those ganks to come in even stronger now that he's got his clone to join him.
Crescent Reflect quietly up 2 levels in this top lane. Oh.
Yeah, gank on the top side. Fallen Angel finally hits level 6. He didn't have the ult last time. It was actually grayed out as he was still level 5. But now that he's got the ultimate, it's going to be a little bit harder to take out the Mundo. I say little bit because Crescent Reflect is sitting at 3-0, trying to make an MVP name for himself this game.
Yep, definitely. Everybody going for that MVP as quick as they can. Fadelol making a really good case for himself on this Shaco. Early game rotations very well done. Crescent Reflect really pressuring out this Mundo as well.
Good. Scuttle Crab going to go down to CCG on that bottom side. Nice rock throw, pulls Fadelol back for a moment, but he wants to actually go in, aggressively hops through the wall. He's still invisible for a moment longer. Tibbers chasing out the 3 members of CCG. Let Me Play doing a pretty good job with the overall harassment. Is burned down a little bit. We'll see, though, if Dab really wants to fight that one out. As Fallen Angel on the top side, knocked down to 300 health. The flash forward Crescent Reflex, he's going to miss the tornado. And now if Fallen Angel uses that ultimate, should be able to heal back up a pretty decent amount. Crescent Reflect underneath the turret, not getting shot, though, by it. Throws it the wind wall as well. Fallen Angel is fighting outside of the turret. Not going to be enough. Fadelol's clone goes down because he is a master with that champion. He himself not going to drop just yet. And hops over the wall, avoiding all of Catinator's damage. Oh my gosh.
That's disgusting.
He's such a troll.
That was pretty slick. Meanwhile, Crescent Reflect trying to knock down that top lane turret.
Oh.
But the stun going to come through on to Let Me Play. Nothing going to come of it right there. Crescent Reflect proxy farming behind the tower because, well, he really can't kill the tower with the new turret, the new turret plating. So he will be coming back to that lane to farm more Mundo and get himself further ahead.
I will take a note here and say that between last game and this game, something to note, especially with the turret plating, is there's a lot more fighting in the river. From both bottom side and top side, but especially on the bottom side, this is not the first time that we've seen huge amounts of skirmishing and fighting around that river. And it probably is because people feel less pressure to try to knock down those turrets. It is gold. Keep in mind, as soon as you knock one of those plates off, you get 160 gold every time you take one out. But with that sense of less reward for damaging a turret, there might be more willingness to fight in those rivers, so keep an eye on skirmishes, especially as the night continues.
Up, and Crescent Reflect just going to go in and get the kill. You see, what I do like about the turret plating is it incentivizes you to hit the turret, though. So often you just push in waves and you play back, but actually hitting the turret, it's like 5 autos from Jhin, and you end up getting yourself a little bit of bonus gold, just a few minions worth, but every little bit helps, gets you an advantage.
Oh, Desvelado being found out by Fadelol in the topside river. He's looking for the Rift Herald, using his clone to kind of hold that Rift Herald in a state of aggression at the moment, as he's going to pick up the Scuttle Crab and then head back to it. Crescent Reflect finally picks up that top lane turret 3 minutes before we hit that 14-minute mark. Another plate maybe being dropped off on that bottom side. Jamie Jar takes a turret shot with that aggression, but he's 4-1-1 at this point, and I believe sitting on 1,000 gold. They've got a lot of damage on the Patchinator. The camera's going to switch away, which means that Lulu most likely lives. As Zoe gets stunned up in the mid lane, it's hard to dodge away from point-and-click CC.
Yeah. Reeves definitely doing a great job setting up these ganks for Fadelol. just walking forward, dropping the stun, and then it's an instant. Hold on, Catinator flashing forward.
Wait, exhaust and a polymorph onto Jammy Jar. The minion damage might be enough to help him out. Nice knockback onto no free names. He's going to be sniped down. Oh my goodness, Catinator is such a champ, but Afraid Lol's going to come in, throw out a dagger, take out the Jhin. I don't think he's got the mana to fight Catinator though, so he's just going to stay and clear some of these minions.
Yeah, Cat doesn't have a terrible amount of mana either, though. Now Cat is out of mana.
He's still got a bit of a rock pad underneath him to do a couple auto attacks of damage. He's going to take a turret shot as well. It looks like both sides will decide to back away. It's Fallen Angel coming to the mid lane, trying to do what he can against Crescent Wraithlight. But he was hoping to be joined by the Annie. Instead, will be cleaned up pretty quickly as the now 6-0 Yasuo, 1,000 gold. He's just a sitting gold bag for whoever on Team Dab might be able to stop him.
Yeah, something else I like from the preseason is showing the gold bounties in the tab menu. Of course, spectator mode being neglected as usual doesn't have that for us, but it'll tell you who on the team you're going to get the most money for killing. Wow.
Fade Lol able to pick up the Zoe. Goes for yet another kill. 4-0-2. Him and Lord Reeves are really the people that have to carry Dab through this mid game, because at this point, every other lane has just gone so terribly. They might start it off, though, by picking up a lot of gold off of this mid lane turret. They've got 30 seconds before the plating falls off, and they lose that opportunity.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold right there. Fadelol going to have his clone pop, but I think they're going to... Yep, that's all of the turret plating dropped.
I think you get a little bit from that last one. We'll see if Catinator is able to show us on that bottom side. They need one more hit to pick it up. There it is, 235 gold to both of them. As Catinator, does get tossed back once again. One of those things about Lulu, she's not a very mobile champion. Yeah, she's got a speed boost, but not going to do much if that rock throw is placed perfectly. As Fallen Angel drops again on the top side, and Crescent Reflect goes godlike. Fadelol might be trying to 1v2 on the bottom side, walking in front of Catinator before perfectly timing his invincibility at the right moment. Steps out. Desvelado comes to the bottom, finds the cocoon. They might be able to get enough CC to finally stop the Shaco, but they decide to pull it off as the Annie comes down. Lord Reeves has the stun available, flashes forward to drop everything onto Jammy Jar. Ignite ticks away, picks up a kill. Desvelado left to fend Tibbers off underneath first tier turret.
Yep, this is why I love playing Jhin in burst seasons, because Annie's a thing, and she just instantly kills you, and there's no response.
So the one thing I want to see is Fadelol take out this Yasuo. It's 1,000 gold bounty on his head, and Fadelol is pretty much one of the major carries. I mean, Annie wouldn't hurt to have 1,000 gold either, but either one of them picking that up could turn the tide for Team Dab as we get to the later stages of the game, because that Shaco is just going to get more and more powerful on that one shot that we saw in that bottom lane.
Yep, definitely. I wonder if he's going the nuclear build or if he's looking for something with a little bit more sustained damage. Fallen Angel just continually giving over kills.
Oh, this is such a sick ultimate from the Shaco to avoid the tornado from Yasuo. Oh, so beautiful. At least able to pick up the Drake for the side of CCG, and they're going to find the engage now on the bottom members of Red Team. Silver's going to be dropped as she knocked back as well. Fadelol trying to position to maybe help out, but when he's against multiple members, it's not a good time. He likes to find individuals to try to pick off, and it's all 5 members from CCG collecting around the mid lane, going to be able to pick up that first tier turret and maybe the second one.
Uh-huh. They've managed to counter back. Wait, no, the first tier turret hasn't fallen for blue side. I thought that was taken down earlier, but I was mistaken.
Lord
making
Reeves.
use of that early advantage on their ADC, knocking down
here
towers.
Comes Fadelol onto the backside. We'll see what he can do. Drops down a box, but the fear's not going to go on to anyone. Reeves steps forward, finds the stun onto Zoe, takes her out before she can be responded to. Crescent Reflect going to be hit by the cleaver from Mundo. That is going to spell the end of the fight for now. Fadelol still sitting off to the side, looking for somebody to hop into. But that disruption, when he tosses down those boxes, he's going to find Elise and take her out as well. Man, at this point, the jungle might just belong to this crazy Joker.
Yeah, I think that's been fairly well established.
He's just going to walk straight to Catinator. Oh my gosh, I love Fadelol. He's going to get rooted up. We'll see if he's able to escape this. The tornado comes through. Not going to be enough. The ultimate comes out. Clone's going to run forward. Can Jammy Jar escape onto the Jhin? The clone's popped And Fear will actually land onto the Yasuo, though he's not too scared. Wants to dash back in onto 3 members. Polymorphed. Looks like both teams are going to try to separate, though.
They're both trying to go into a reset pattern right here. Mundo needs desperately to get CS for himself, because at the moment he's just entirely useless as a tank. He just melts before Yasuo. Of course, let's check his items. Yeah, he's trying to build armor as fast as he can, but he just can't afford it, considering he's 49 CS to 149 CS of the Yasuo. There's a 100 CS lead at 17 minutes. That's proceed.
Zoe stepping forward. Ooh, finds a little bit of burst damage on the Fade Lol, getting a bit of the hang of using her spells. I've played her a handful of times, and she's definitely a complicated champion, but Catinator has really been a force to be reckoned with. Finally picks up that supportive item, so he's going to have a little bit of extra wards. Fade Lol comes to the back of Zoe, drops the box down, may not even need it, forces the flash out of the Zoe, the Ignite's ticking away, and that's going to be a legendary kill for the Shaco. However, he's get tossed back. Is he going to be able to get out of this one? Looks like he's escaping and walking away for now, the Mundo being the sacrificial lamb to keep him alive.
Yeah, so at this phase of the game, Lord Reeves is one of the best carries. Fade Law, I'm really not sure of Shaco's current scaling. The thing about Dark Harvest is it does allow him to scale almost infinitely, and I believe that Annie is running it as well. Yes, Annie is also running Dark Harvest, so they technically speaking have infinite scaling with that rune. So that definitely helps their team's prospects in the late game.
Fade Lol drops the clone. He doesn't have the box, so there's no fear available, but there's the ultimate. That might spell enough fear. No. A nice Q from Crescent Reflect. Cleans all those boxes up. Patchinator's going to go down once again. Lord Reeves in good position, though. Takes out the also. Gets the shutdown gold. Does Velada. Uses the Elise. Oh my gosh, I forgot it. Her E to jump up, avoid a lot of the CC, gets out of a bad situation. Shaco goes down. Fade Lol finally, first death of the game, 9-1-2. But when he dies, gives over a massive amount of gold to CCG. 23 kills to 16, 7,000 gold in the lead. They're looking pretty good so far this game.
Definitely, they're in very commanding position for this juncture in the game. Only 20 minutes in, and they're that far ahead. It's not easy to do, but closing it out is going to be the key here. Because remember what I was saying, them being ahead at this state of the game is a really good thing. It's how they win the game. But they have to execute in the macro game, otherwise they're just going to have so many problems in the late game when the long-term carries and tanks of their opposite number end up getting so strong or so tanky that they can no longer deal with the threat.
It is a Mountain Drake that's going to be coming up in the next 6 seconds. We'll see if either team want to run for it. There's 4 members of DAB down there in position if they want to try to go for it, though most likely they will not. Another thing to keep in reminder as we're talking about the later stages of the game, these minions are going to be stronger and they're going to free push for you. Nice flash keeps Fallen Angel alive, but Crescent Reflect may decide to go in anyway. Throws out the wind wall, only last breath onto one person. He's stunned up. The Yasuo goes down. Fade Lol gets revenge. No free names. Popped. Again, I swear Sivir was on the map, but I don't see Sivir anymore. The Mountain Drake goes over to the side of CCG, even though the 1-for-1 trade still kind of sort of went in favor of Team Dab, simply because I think the Yasuo was a bit more of an impactful pick, as they're going to try to group now. Fade Lol to the backside of the fight. We'll see what he's able to do. Box immediately going to be destroyed, so that disengages the fight. And thank you, Aether Rising, for the 100 bits as well. Skiddle-diddle, skiddle-doo, skidoodle, skedaddle, skidoodle. This gameplay is a spaghetti noodle. Thank you. That's exactly what this game is. He's a poet, and he might have known it. Reeves has the stun available. He might drop the Timber, splashes forward. Only finds one stun onto Elise, but that's all that's needed. Polymorph Elise will be flashing. The wall has lost already 2 members. The Jhin and the Zoe are down. Those are 2 of the major damage dealers for CCG. Catinator running for his life. Fade Lol maybe trying to chase it in. He's got the double buffs. We'll see if Team Dab could do anything with this pressure, as Catinator might be getting popped once again. Throws the rock. He's got the trick. 1-for-1. Oh my gosh, Catinator is so good on this champion.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. I thought Catinator was going to get the one shot off, and he did, but I did not expect the one shot coming through from the Shaco as well. But let's be honest, I kind of should have, considering the amount of damage he's been doing. Meanwhile, Crescent Reflect in the top lane, claiming a second tower for his coffers there. Going to end up with a lot of gold just from solo split pushing.
Lady throw rock. I like it. Lady throw big pebble kill man. I think at this point, Talia can do that to pretty much anyone, especially that Mundo, who's just so darn squishy. Picked up a Bramble Vest as the first item of the game. One of the few nice things about being a tank, though, is the later the game goes, you will eventually be able to pick up tankier items and become somewhat relevant. And Mundo's best feature is his ultimate that just heals him right back up.
Yeah, heals 100% of his HP, all the way up to full. And if you don't have healing reduction, he just gets another health bar, is basically it. And it's really nasty when he has Warmogs and, what's that thing called? Gargoyle Stone Plate. Pop Gargoyles and then pop your ultimate.
Oh, Fade Low gonna try to pop Catinator, who actually caught sight of the Shaco, who's gonna use the ultimate so early. He may be taken out, shielded up by the Lulu. Patchinator trying to get a Shaco to safety, but let me play. Finds a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Wild Growth not going to be enough to, well, he actually survives by hopping over the wall for the moment. Windwall comes through as well. Fadelo gets hit by the second shot from Jin. Still doesn't die, but that is Team Dab on the back foot, trying to now protect the mid lane inhibitor turret. Patchinator flashes, still goes down. Let me play with a nice snipe. No free names, down to half health. Has to wave clear this turret. Only throwing out Qs is not going to be enough to keep CCG from taking the mid lane inhibitor. They are going to keep with the aggression, though. Zoe hopping over the wall, trying to throw out a little bit of burst. Fallen Angel, use the ultimate, heal back up to full health, tanking it up as Catinator gets burnt down. Can't Annie take him out? Will not be enough. Catinator's so darn low, but hasn't died just yet. Throws out the rocks, and that's an ace for the side of CCG.
Wow. Okay, so they're taking this game, and they could just win here. I mean, the Lulu's up, but nobody else is coming up for a little bit. Crescent Reflect, at very least, can step forward and try and take down at least one Nexus tower, but they might just go for the win here. No, they can't. They have lost minions, so they're going to take one Nexus turret and pull out real quick. But if they set up and take Baron as stacked waves of super minions come through, I think that they'll do very well for themselves and can end if they get a Baron buff.
Yeah, and a lot of that was off the back of being able to catch out Fade Lol. Weren't able to get the kill on the Shaco, but forcing him out of the fight on the early side. Well, eventually they got the kill because it was an ace, but forcing him out of the fight early meant they didn't have to stress about the back line. They didn't have to worry about Shaco showing up, dropping boxes, causing lots of fears and disruptions. Catinator wants to pop Patchinator again. Drops the Lulu to about half, but they are able to shove her off for now. They are in the river now, trying to fight around the Baron. This is very risky for Dad, because if the fight goes badly, their base is open. Mundo caught out, dropped. He will be going down. Crescent Reflect has finds the back line. He's stunned up, though, by Annie. Will be immediately taken out. Reeves picking up the kill as Tibbers now marches forward, tanking up for the Sleepy Trouble Bubble from the Zoe. And it looks like members are going to go ahead and start those recalls, get back to the base, try to defend against the super minions that are pushing in. Fade Lol.
And that should be the signal to start up Baron.
No free names hanging around. So is Fade Lol, who will be showing up as well. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Shaco has Smite, but I don't know that he'll be able to get here in time to hop over the wall and try to steal it away. It's down to underneath 1,000 health. He goes over. Elise is able to pick it up, and in the meantime, Silver's popped by Catinator. Shaco's able to get one before losing his life. That's still Baron onto 3 members for CCG.
So as they recall, taking that advantage for themselves right now. Remember what I was saying, snowball in laning phase and then kind of win from there. Turn your laning advantage into large amounts of map pressure. Definitely exactly what they were doing. It's almost like they were listening or already knew how to play the game one way or the other.
Nobody takes hints from casters who might possibly know what they're talking about. I mean, caster who might know what he's talking about. It's not me. Don't worry. Windrake goes down. CCG picking up the third one. They only need the Ocean to finish off the beautiful Quadra.
What the?
Talia's got some damage, boys. 12, 5, and 12.
For those of you not paying attention, that was their tank.
Yeah, to be fair, though, he only has a Sunfire Cape and Bramble Vest, and that doesn't add a whole lot of magic resist. It hasn't
even so, it's almost 30 minutes in the game, and that was their tank. Fade Lull gonna go for a potential one-shot onto Crescent Reflect.
There's no vision in that brush. This is one of those times that Team Dab is going to suffer without having vision outside of their own base, especially in those bushes. It's going to mean an opportunity for Catinator to do things like that. Flash forward, burst out the Lulu, maybe going down himself. Shaco is able to find the kill onto the Elise. We'll see if he can chase it down. The stun from Lord Reeves, and even flash forward to guarantee that onto the Talia. Able to pick up 2 people off of that, but it's a 2-for-2 trade, and Dab still has a long way to go to even attempt to jokingly get back in this game, as Let Me Play should be able to easily pick up the bottom lane second tier turret.
Let Me Play split pushing on the side, definitely going to get himself a little bit more gold. Jin joining him in that side lane, going to give that lane a little bit more pressure, but also is splitting the carries. Zoe is, while she looks incredibly mobile, actually isn't. Unless she has access to somebody else's flash. Hold on, Jimmy Jar probably just going to go for the kill, but does not have flash, or does... Never mind.
Fallen Angel still tanking with the ultimate. He's going to keep killing until he hits that 100% or dies. And yeah, Zoe able to burst that. This super squishy carry Mundo. Obviously, taking the AP carry Mundo is a smart way to do things. Nice knockup with that... ultimate at the moment. The last breath from Yasuo tries to make the outplay into 3, only gets 1 before falling himself. The Wild Growth doing a good job keeping Shaco alive through that, which is what I was trying to say earlier. Reeves to the bottom side, has the stun available, drops the Tibbers, but it's going to miss. Jammy Jar able to walk away for now, just pushing off of that inhibitor.
Is it possible to miss Tibbers? It's like one of the biggest skill shots in the game.
It is, though you may be having to try to be able to do that. Curtain Call from Jammy Jar doesn't do that much other than push a few people off of the inhibitor. As Fade Lull says, I'm going to clean up a minion of that Jin and chase down a second minion of the Elise. Decides to give up the chase, though. Wait, just kidding. He's juking the casters. This guy's so good, he jukes the casters.
And, oh, I thought that was actually Fade Lull there.
See? He jukes the casters. We're casters, and we should know who the clones are.
We can see both sides.
I swear Sivir was on the map. I swear to God. There's at least 3 times this game that I know there's a 5th player for the side of Dab, but my eyes got to be deceiving me. And the trap bush has reset. Catinator waiting for his next victim to come crawling along. We'll see if
he's like a funnel web spider, just sitting there waiting for some poor sucker to wander into his lair. Fade Lull doing his own impression of the death brush.
Yeah, Fade Lull, however, isn't quite as successful.
It was a death brush, just his death.
Yeah.
Always scan the area. Oh, Catinator, never mind. Reeves didn't have stun up right there, so it only half health.
Crescent Reflect flashing forward. Yep, gets a lot of damage on a Pachinair, forces the Lulu back underneath onto the fountain to try to heal up. The flash forward from no free days to auto attack in melee form range. This is when you know the game is just so intense. That's going to be all 3 inhibitors dropping. Catinator just needs a couple auto attacks to finish off the top 1. 2 inhibitors down for the moment. 1 Nexus turret alive. 41 kills to 21. CCG super strongly into the lead. Finally, the Mundo has a little bit of magic resist, but it doesn't matter. He's still a squishy boy. Nexus
what was
turret
the win
goes
condition,
down.
Jake?
Every single turret falls. Don't die. And his Team Dab have been unable to achieve that so far. The fear comes down. They're able to get 1 onto the Yasuo. 1 kill back to the side of Dab as 4 members moving out of the base. Just getting his 3 because the clone was chasing around the Jin. Let Me Play doing what he can. Nice burst damage onto Lord Reeves from that 4th shot of Jammy. Jar finds this snare. No one remembers the 5th shot coming through. No free names. Ooh, absorbing a shot with the... he still gets it. I thought that was going to happen. Absorbs 1 shot. Wait. What? I'm going to rewatch that in a second. I'm actually going to rewind and watch that again because the game is practically over. The Nexus is ringing. Jammy Jar trying to step forward to hit it. Just waiting for Super Minions to move forward. He is at half health. Crit shots onto the Annie. But it looks like CCG maybe deciding to break off the siege, let the super minions do the work for them.
In the process, hold on. No, this isn't going to be the end of the game. I thought it was going to be. I thought they were just going to like do something flashy and like flash forward and auto attack the Nexus. Or now, they're. Be careful, ye children. I have seen many a game. Like, actually, one of the games I played Sunday, I played an ARAM to warm up before I went into actual.
Yeah, Fade Lord should be able to get the kill. There's nothing for the Elise to jump to, and Lord Reese is the one who's able to grab the kill. Go ahead.
Yeah. There was actually an ARAM I played to warm up on Sunday before I went back into the actual Fields of Justice. The hilarious thing about it is that
bye, Fade Lord. Go ahead. That wasn't anything to really comment on. Just said bye to the Shaco.
Wow. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the game right here.
Yeah, no free games. Healed with the wild growth. Lulu sacrifices a life to keep the Sivir alive. Trying to get back to the fountain in time won't be enough. Lord Reese is able to finish off at Talia. They get the GA off of the Jhin, but the base is under attack by Crescent Reflex. One auto will complete it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is finally the end of the game. But I gotta actually pause here real quick. Oh, I was pressing the wrong buttons. All right, I want to go back and watch what happened with that. Whoa. Okay, so Fade Lol actually doesn't have that much health. I thought the Shaco had full health, but he's going to step forward with a quarter health, and then Jhin finishes off the Lulu. Shaco shows up, drops a box, one attack, but it's not actually... Oh, also, the attack wasn't technically at Jin's back because he's turned to the side, so it wasn't a backstab. Okay, that confused me a lot, but end of the game... It's still CCG finishes it off and wins the game. Congratulations to them for game number 2. And holy moly, Reeves and Fade Lol really tried to carry it for their team.
Yeah, and that was definitely a valiant effort. But MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts must come through. So for Team Dab, gonna give the honorable mention over to the one and only Lord Reeves. Annie doing a great job roaming between lanes as the mid laner is supposed to do, setting up those ganks in the early game very, very well, holding the stun, then just walking forward, dropping it in perfect time as Fade Lol would walk into the lane and then drop the box right behind him while he was stunned, guaranteeing summoners at least, but death most times, getting himself a hefty advantage and a lot of CS as well, 185 to 100 in his lane. Meanwhile, Fade Lol, the star of the show this time, getting that MVP right there. Didn't even have to play ADC. That Shaco was clean and a pleasure to watch. Yeah. So definitely enjoyed seeing that. Yeah, so that's going to be... do I really need to explain it? Those ganks early game were absolutely immaculate. Camping the lanes where he blew summoners. And then... what was it? That flash box, that box into flash prediction was beautiful. Anyway. Oh,
especially early game when he came to the mid lane, dropped the box in front of the Zoe. Oh, so good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for the winning team, CCG. As I was saying in the opener, this is a stay in laning phase. Get super fed, snowball, get those Dark Harvest stacks to where it doesn't matter how tanky your opponent gets, you can one-shot them before they get resists. That's exactly what they did. That was their win condition, and they executed it beautifully. So, honorable mention goes to Jammy Jar on the Jhin. Very well fed. He ended up following up very well on all of the plays that Catinator made, who is going to be our MVP right here. The Death Brush. He might have our funnel web spider just sitting there. Oh, and here comes another one. And here comes another one. And another one. It's just, I'm like, how many times are people going to fall for this?
Check the damage charts. Just for a moment, please. Look at this gorgeous sight here. Take the top 2 damage dealers of Reeves and Foul Jester and put them together, and you basically have the Talia's damage. That is a insane sight. Okay, so in the future, guys, just ban Catinator. Just straight up ban Catinator. Just don't even. I thought the whole point was to not give kills to this guy because we wanted to keep his MVPs down.
Big pebble lady.
Aether, you've got that right. All right, guys, we're going to take a very quick break. We got game number 3 coming right up, and then we definitely have enough players for a game 4 afterwards. Don't go. Well, actually, we might have just enough for game 3. We'll figure it out. I think we got a couple stream passes that I need to use first, and then we'll start filling in everyone else. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more awesome games that you guys get to play in.